And the live stream is on. We're good to go, Mr. Jacobs.
Zuko, you're on mute.
My apologies. I apparently have been speaking to myself for a while. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Luzuko Jacobs. I'd like to greet the Vice Chancellor, the members of the executive, and all our attendees from all corners of the world. It's been 2 years since we've had to cease our reunion seasons. So it therefore gives me great pleasure to rejoin the purple-blooded community, to reconnect again and to learn about the happenings and the goings on in our university and locality. I'm going to start by introducing the members of the university executive who are present with us today at this alumni reunion. If they could just show their faces as I do so, just so that you can make the visual connection with them. We've got the DVC for Research, Dr. Peter Clayton. If you could just wave Dr. Clayton. Dr. Clayton has been with the university for a very long time. I think about 3 years ago, I indicated that he has been with us for about 34 years, including the time that he was a student here. And we also have got our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Kamlesh Riga, at the bottom left of the screen, who has recently joined the university just before the pandemic hit. So the university finances were in good hands. We also have just got the DVC for Academic and Student Affairs, Dr. Munapula Mabizela, who also recently joined the university as the DVC Research and Student Affairs. Our also relatively new registrar is Dr. Adele Moodley, who also joined us about 4 years ago as the registrar for the university. So those are some of the members of the executive who are at this reunion virtual meeting today. So thank you very much for making time here. Our brief program includes the address by the Vice Chancellor, which is going to take just about 30 minutes. We would love to keep things to time as much as possible. And we'll also afford you time to raise questions in relation to issues that the Vice Chancellor might bring up, or the issues that you might want to hear about that may or may not be contained in the Vice Chancellor's address. So you can place your comments or your questions on the chat. We'll allow for a maximum of 15 minutes after the Vice Chancellor addresses us for him to interact with those questions. And thereafter, we've got only 3 brief announcements that we'd like to make for your benefit. That will take less than 1 minute. Without wasting any more time, I would love to invite the Vice Chancellor of the University, Dr. Sizwe Mabizela, who has had his contract renewed recently, unanimously by the Council of the University for a further 7 years, giving us the much needed stability and focus as we steer our institution into an unknown future. Vice Chancellor Dr. Sizwe Mabizela, I now invite you to address the virtual congregation. Thank you very much. You may proceed, VC.
VC, you are muted.
Yes.
VC, we can hear you now. You may proceed.
Hello.
Yes, VC, you may proceed. We can hear you now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Our Chancellor, the Honorable Justice Lexham Party, our alumni and friends of Rhodes University, thank you for making time to join us today. It is always a great privilege for us to reconnect with you, our alumni, and share with you some of the important developments at your alma mater. There are three takeaway messages we wish to convey to you. First, in spite of the enormously challenging circumstances wrought by the COVID-19 pandemic, your university is thriving. It continues to produce and disseminate knowledge of high quality, knowledge which advances human understanding and wisdom, knowledge that helps us build and sustain a better society and a better world. Second, your university is firmly embedded in the life of its surrounding Makanda community, and it is making significant contributions to improve the socioeconomic conditions of our fellow citizens. We are brightening the corner where we are. Third, the political, economic, and social instability in our country concern us immensely, as this has a direct impact on the experience of our students and their families. When we gather like this as the Rhodes University family and reminisce about our time at Rhodes University and the bonds of friendship formed at Rhodes University many years ago, we should never forget those members of our family who are no longer with us. We have lost some of our students, we have lost some of our staff, and we have also lost some of our alumni. Many in our family of Rhodes University have lost their loved ones to the devastation of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our heartfelt condolences go to all of you who have lost a close family member since our last meeting. We have directed that our university flag should fly at half-mast on the last Friday of every month in honor of our students, our staff, and our alumni whom we have lost to the devastation of the COVID-19 pandemic. We mourn their passing and cherish the many happy memories of the time that we spent with them. We pay a special tribute to all our alumni who are at the forefront of the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Some of them are pharmacists, and others are contributing in many significant ways, caring for those who have been affected or infected by the virus. Every single day, as they save the lives of others, they place their own lives and the lives of their loved ones at a huge risk. We owe them an enormous debt of gratitude. We honor and salute them for their heroism, for their dedication, and for their selfless service to our nation and humankind. And we commend them for their courage, bravery, and exemplary professionalism in these extraordinarily trying times. The past 18 months have been extremely challenging for all of us. The COVID-19 pandemic has completely upended our lives. Notwithstanding the significant challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, I wish to assure you that our university, your alma mater, is doing very well. It remains true and faithful to its mission to provide an exceptional educational experience for the young people of our country and beyond. Like other universities across the globe, at the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in March last year, we were forced to transition in a very short space of time to emergency remote online teaching and learning modality to ensure academic progress and success of our students. As a strongly residential and contact university, our strength lies in face-to-face teaching and learning. Thanks to our committed and dedicated staff and to our students, we successfully migrated all our activities and all our operations to remote online platforms. Our students and staff embrace the challenge of remote online teaching and learning with a positive and can-do attitude. In the face of uniquely challenging circumstances, our students and staff have shown remarkable resilience. They have shown adaptability. They have shown flexibility. And above all, they have shown incredible creativity. Even as we transitioned to emergency remote or online teaching and learning, maintaining the exceptional learning experience of Rhodes University and advancing social justice have always remained at the core of all decisions we have had to make and all the actions we have had to take. The health, safety, and well-being of our students and staff have been our major priority throughout. The fear and anxiety of the COVID-19 have exacerbated mental health challenges. Thanks to our caring staff, they have always been there to assist and support our students and staff who experience depression and other mental health challenges. This is something that is really significant because across the globe, issues of depression and mental health are very evident. Young people are experiencing this in a way never seen before. We are happy that we have managed to bring back to campus a good proportion of our students, those who needed to have access to laboratory and other facilities. So towards the end of last year, we started bringing back some of our students. And this year we were able to bring on campus our new first-time entering students for the first semester. And we have brought back more of those who need to have access to laboratories and other facilities. So on the teaching and learning front, things are progressing exceedingly well. Those students who can continue to engage their activities online and who would still like to stay at home, they are continuing to do that. Again, we really owe it to our incredibly committed staff that they are keeping contact with their students, supporting them, and ensuring that they succeed. On the research front, your university continues to be a formidable powerhouse of research, powerhouse of innovation, and powerhouse of intellectual creativity. Our intellectual space continues to be our strength as we contribute to local, national, and international solutions to some of humankind's grand challenges. Our academics continue to produce groundbreaking research. They continue to produce creative outputs which push back the boundaries of human knowledge and deepen our understanding of what it means to be fully human. All this for the advancement of humanity. Our researchers are recognized nationally and internationally by their peers as leaders and experts in their fields of research. We are one of the universities with the highest research productivity per academic staff member in South Africa, and we are immensely proud of that. We have the highest concentration of research chairs per 1,000 students in South Africa. No other university in this country can claim that position. We are part of the Continental African Research Universities Alliance, ARUA. This is a highly prestigious alliance of research-intensive universities in Africa. And we are playing our role, and I'm immensely proud that I'm the vice president of this body. Our Institute for Water Research holds the distinction of being ARUA's Center of Excellence on Water Research. At the moment, we are holding thumbs for funding from the Department of Higher Education and Training. We are hoping to get some 78 million rand from the Department of Higher Education and Training. To do what, you might ask? As soon as that funding comes through, we will be breaking ground on a state-of-the-art building, the Institute for Nanotechnology Innovation. This building will house the high-quality, top-of-the-range sensitive equipment that drives distinguished Professor Tebelo Nyokong's cutting-edge research in nanotechnology. This, of course, is an incredible tribute to one of the exceptionally productive researchers of our university, distinguished Professor Tebelo Nyokong. She draws researchers from across the globe. Young people from across the continent want to work with her, to be supervised by her. And so the university saw it fit that we should have a building that is dedicated to the exceptional work that she and her students are doing. So we are grateful for that, and we're looking forward to the minister signing that very important document that frees that amount of money for us to get ahead with what we need to do. Our university is a university in service of public good. We exist to serve public good. And our university is not just in Makanda, it is of and for Makanda. Over the past 7 years, we have invested in a number of initiatives intended to embed our university in the life of our surrounding Makanda community. We have created opportunities for our students and our staff to contribute in building a sustainable, vibrant, and resilient Makanda community. It is in our best interest that we contribute towards the creation of a strong, vibrant, and sustainable Makhanda. Our future as Rhodes University is inextricably bound up with the future of the greater Makhanda community. There is no way in which we can separate ourselves from the greater Makhanda community. We have a particular responsibility to the surrounding community. That is why we place our knowledge and our skills at the service of our local community. And in the process, we're able to generate new knowledge, we're able to test our knowledge, and we're able to refine our knowledge. And we do this not as an act of charity, but as a recognition and an acknowledgement of our common humanity and our shared destiny. That is an important aspect of our university. In 2019, we convened a civil society forum, which includes local schools, business forum, faith-based formations, and many other structures in Makhanda. We did this in order to harness our collective energy and our creativity to create a better and sustainable community. Now, this civil society forum, which we call Makhanda Circle of Unity, a community at the center of its own development, has now been registered as an NGO, and have one of our former SRC presidents, Sake Ntlabezo, as the project manager of this very important initiative of our university. Sake is coordinating and driving a number of important initiatives which are aimed at achieving our objectives regarding our place in Makhanda. Among other things, our university is playing a significant role in the improvement of the quality of teaching and learning in the local schools. In this regard, I'm happy to share with you, our alumni, that our 9/10 mentoring program was recently recognized by the Talwa Network, a global body of engaged universities, as the first prize winner of the 2021 McJarnett Prize for Global Citizenship. This is an initiative which is part of our efforts to improve the quality of teaching and learning in Makhanda. We are working with the principals to ensure that they are able to provide quality leadership for their schools. And indeed, this is a tremendous international recognition and an affirmation of our efforts to create pathways to academic success for the young citizens of Makhanda. You see, it is in instilling a sense of hope and optimism that the young people of our country can confidently set their sights higher. On the 20th of July, our university launched a vaccination site to ensure that our staff, our students, and the members of our surrounding community have access to the life-saving COVID-19 vaccines. Our healthcare staff, assisted by our pharmacy students, are administering the vaccines to all the eligible people. We are immensely proud of our role as a university in working with our surrounding community to ensure that we improve the socioeconomic condition of those with whom we share this very special space. The political, economic, and social instability in our country is a cause for grave concern. Early in July, we witnessed with great horror, wanton destruction of property, mayhem, looting of shopping malls, factories and industries in the provinces of KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. Almost 350 lives were lost needlessly. They were lost needlessly. Damage caused goes into billions of rand. Our thoughts are with all those who lost their loved ones and those whose businesses were destroyed in that rampant destruction. In recent times, we have witnessed a frontal assault on our constitutional democracy, undermining of the rule of law, and reckless and irresponsible attack on our judiciary. It falls on you, our alumni of the university where leaders learn to stand up and speak out against what we are witnessing in our society. There comes a time when silence in the face of what is completely unacceptable is nothing but tantamount to complicity on an evil act. We all have to stand up and make sure that the society of our dreams is not derailed. That is the responsibility that you and I have to carry out. In conclusion, I wish to offer our deep gratitude and sincere appreciation to all of you, our alumni, for all that you do every single day to change our society and the world for the better. Every single day affords us an opportunity to touch someone in a very special way. So thank you for all that you do in your own way. And thank you for flying the flag of our university with great honor and distinction. When others observe how you conduct yourself and how you share yourself with others, they certainly wonder which university could have produced such an exceptional person. And so we are proud of all that you do, wherever you are, brightening the corner where you are. All the successes that we have reported on require resources. There are a number of fundraising priorities that we have set for ourselves. We have identified these for the next 5 years, and Mr. Jacobs will say more about these. The only point I would like to make is that the greatest gift you can give to any young person is an opportunity to receive quality and life-changing education provided by Rhodes University. That educational experience that you had the great privilege of receiving at Rhodes University is something that we all have to make possible for young people of our country. Every year, I'm approached by young people who have excellent results, but lack funding to realize their dreams. If I may quote, a child's opportunities and success in life should be determined by his or her abilities, energies, attitude, and motivation, and not be limited or constrained by the circumstances of birth or the financial means of parents. It should not be that because someone happened to be born on the wrong side of town, their opportunities will be limited. Because they happen to be born on the wrong side of the railway line, their opportunities will be limited. I know that our alumni would not allow that to happen. And so, on the one hand, I thank all of you who are already contributing in all our fundraising efforts, which make it possible for us to support young people who are academically doing well and only need to be supported financially. If we do that, we will ensure that our university remains a beacon of hope for a better tomorrow. Thank you once again for the honor and privilege of joining us today. I thank you. Yalibucha Enkosi.
Well, thank you so much for that eloquent presentation. We see the passion, the energy, and the commitment that makes us all believe in the university, the institution where leaders learn. Without wasting much time, VC, it's not often that you have a vice chancellor and a chancellor and two vice chancellors in one reunion meeting. Without overlooking any luminary names that are appearing on the chart, I especially Marian in Bathurst, who seems to think that Bathurst is the center of the universe. Good for you, Marian. We also have got here Steve Oliver, who is the Vice Chancellor of Robert Gordon University in Scotland. That speaks volumes about Rhodes University and its contribution to the world, to the African continent, and all over. I'm saying that really with great pride in my heart about what the people can do. VC, we've got 3 questions. And I know that you said I'll talk more about the other projects, but I will find a way of dealing with that without wasting too much time. We've got only 5 minutes left. The first question, VC, if you could note them, relates to the access to broadband internet for students who do not have the means to do so. This comes from an anonymous attendee. There's one also from, in fact, there's a sub-question to that, which I think you did deal with in your presentation, about the learning model, the blended learning, which would have been introduced with the impact of the pandemic hitting the higher education sector. The next one, VC, is from Emmanuel Busane. He says he seems to have heard that the MSc Exploration Geology program has been suspended. Is this indeed the case? And if so, when is it going to be restarted? There are 2 more questions, VC, that are coming through. I'll note them and share them with you as you deal, as soon as you finish dealing with those 2. Thank you, VC.
Thank you very much, Tlaha. Please do permit me to extend a very, very warm welcome to all our alumni who are in other parts of the world, and certainly my fellow Vice Chancellor, Professor Lefi. Welcome, thank you so much for joining us. Access to broadband. When we transitioned to online learning, we entered into agreements with our mobile network operators so that no student should be deprived of an opportunity of participating because they couldn't afford. And so we have contracts with the 4 main networks in this country. All our students are provided with data bundles. Those who are not back on campus are provided with data bundles so that they are able to participate in the teaching and learning. All the material that is on our system, on our learning management system, all that material is accessible without having to use data. And as we bring students back to university, they are able to access our Wi-Fi network in the university. Maybe I should also make this point that we were very careful on how we bring students back. We prioritized young people who come from poor circumstances, far-flung areas of our country, who could not access network, where there were problems of electricity and so on. Those we said on the principle of social justice, we had to bring them back. So they are back and they are able to access our Wi-Fi, but all those that have not been brought back yet are provided with data bundles on an ongoing basis. And again, I really can't thank our staff enough, both support and academic staff. They care and they care very deeply. I can tell you as a Vice Chancellor, I really couldn't ask for more. They go way and way above and beyond their call of duty. And of course, I have great respect and admiration for our students who are a huge inspiration. Despite all the challenges, they have continued, they have soldiered on. And I think they have learned so much because of the COVID-19. So the issue of blended learning, and this is something very important about the COVID-19, with all its devastation and all its disruption. It has really created new opportunities for us going forward. And the issue of blended learning would be very central. The use of digital technology to support teaching and learning will be incredibly important. And I think there's much that we'll gain from that. And perhaps I should also indicate at this stage that we are in the process of reimagining our university going forward, partly because of the experiences of the COVID-19, but also realizing how much more we can do when we utilize technology. For example, in terms of our alumni, we are thinking of mounting short courses for them to continually refresh and learn and give substance and effect to this idea of lifelong learning. So you can be connected with your institution. There will be short courses that are offered that you can benefit from and so on and so forth. So that is important for us. So blended learning is the way for us going forward. And I think we will unpack that. And I should also indicate that we have approached DHET for funding. And the theme there is digital transformation. And we can leverage so much from technology. MSc in exploration geology, we are continually reviewing our offerings as a university. And of course, it also depends on the staff that we have. We are looking at geology and we are looking at other departments, what they are offering. We know that exploration geology is one of our strengths, but with the movement of staff, there are times that we are not able to offer that at any particular time, but we have not abandoned MSc in exploration geology. We will continue to offer that, maybe not this year, maybe in some other times, but it is one of our offerings as a university. Thank you.
Thank you very much, VC. Final batch of questions, 3 of them. One is from John Callagher, who wants to know how is the university connected and how is the university providing assistance to the local municipality of Makana. The second one relates to the admission as legal practitioners in South Africa of non-South African Rhodes qualified lawyers. It's a bit convoluted, but George Khan would like to know what really is the position of Rhodes University, what is its position in the issue, in the discussion about whether these qualified old Rhodians should be accepted as legal practitioners in South Africa. He supports this, obviously, and he wants to know what his alma mater thinks about the matter. And finally, VC is from Rabudzai Shiwari, who wants to know whether Rhodes University is considering or will in future consider going fully online to provide schooling options. I think we'll catch it there, VC, as the final batch. And I think the announcement that we're going to make will allay the fears about some of the issues and in the ongoing engagement with the university, how we want to qualitatively improve engaging with our alumni to deal with the more issues that are coming on on the questions Q&A box as well. Over to you, VC.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jacobs. As you know, Rhodes University is the biggest employer in Makhanda, and we contribute the biggest percentage of the GDP to the local community. And that is why I was saying that our future as Rhodes University and our sustainability as a university, that is inextricably bound up with the local community. And so we work with our local municipality. We support them in every possible way. They are part of our Makhanda Circle of Unity. And this is important because, you know, it's quite easy for anyone to stand on the rooftop with a loud hailer and shout and scream. But I'm afraid that will not make any change. It is when we roll up our sleeves and we get involved that we can make a change. We cannot leave our future in the hands of others. That really is the reason why we are working with the municipality. We do engage robustly with them when they fail to discharge their constitutional obligations. But we don't think that is enough just to simply criticize and condemn. We are of the view that while we do that, let us make our resources available to the municipality. For example, we were discussing with the municipality the possibility of some of our staff in the finance division, assisting them, the municipality, to ensure that they have proper systems in the municipality for revenue collection. These things benefit us. We have been talking about sharing some of the skills, like electricians who can deal with high voltage and the like. So this is important, that I must really make this point, that we are not taking over the responsibilities of the municipality. But at the same time, we can't stand on the sidelines and fold our arms and hope and pray that someday things will get better. It is when we get involved that we can change our circumstances. And so that is the level of our involvement with the municipality. The second question regarding our alumni who have qualified with legal qualifications from Rhodes University practicing in South Africa, absolutely. Those alumni have received the best education in this country. I would argue the best education that they could have possibly got anywhere in the world. And so they should be given an opportunity to practice in this country. They have much to contribute. But more than that, we should not be stuck to the boundaries which are very questionable. The world, in fact, if anything, COVID-19 has shown us that we need to be much closer to each other than anything else. So all these artificial boundaries should never create impediments or barriers for people to practice in South Africa. The third question was whether we would go fully digital or use online. The answer is no. The answer is no because, as I indicated, we are a contact university. University education is not just about transmission of facts and knowledge. It's the whole formation of a young person. And much of that takes place outside of the classroom. the extracurricular activities, the community engagement activities, they all contribute to the holistic education and the formation of a young person. We are social beings. And so that is why it is important for us to, and I really hope that soon we will be able to bring back all our students and enjoy that company of being together. We learn from and through each other. And so, no, we will not go fully digital, but I can see how we might leverage technology to improve the quality of teaching and learning. We place a very high premium on the campus experience, what people learn outside of the classroom, in the residences. We develop leadership in their clubs and societies. Those are things that you can't achieve using digital technologies. And so Rhodes University will not go fully digital, but will use technology to support teaching and learning. As I've said, one of the greatest things about Rhodes University is to produce exceptional graduates who are confident, who are able to stand their own. And you can only do that in a residential contact university, and where you can leverage activities outside of the classroom to fully develop young people. Thank you.
Thank you, VC. Can I please request you to invest 2 minutes of your time, now we are towards the tail end of our meeting, to watch this video about the way in which you would like to provide you with unparalleled cultural experience, opportunities to reconnect, all the things that I've been reading, the beautiful memories that are recorded on the chat line, how they can be reenacted again in the present and into the future. Can we have the video play, Mr. Nagar, just to introduce to you the interactive website, an experience like no other that we will be launching for all in the Rhodes University Alumni Network on the 18th of this month.
Welcome to the RU Connect Alumni Portal, a robust world-class platform to help you, our alumni, keep connected with each other and the university. In just a few seconds, you can register on the platform using your personal email address or your linked Google, Facebook, or LinkedIn account. Once you have registered and logged in, you can build your personal profile by clicking on the user icon here. You're in control. You decide what information you want to share. You'll also see a menu here on the left-hand side. This menu boasts all the features of the site, including a feed, which is the heartbeat of the platform. A personalized feed will deliver up convenient posts and rich media content. Then there's the directory. This holds all the details which you and your fellow alumni have shared. You can view new jobs, find people and companies, or search for a mentor. If you'd like to offer your expertise or need support as a mentee, immediate sign-up is at your fingertips here under the Mentoring Opportunities tab. Alumni can also easily alert other members to shared jobs postings under the Jobs tab. Want to share current or nostalgic photos and memories to keep up to date with fellow alumni? You can do so under the Photos tab. However, if you prefer a more personal connection with secure discussions, simply join a closed group over here. Our Events tab will allow you to easily find and register for events that interest you, or you may even post your own. Heading over to the Resources tab, you are able to share documents, videos, and other materials safely in an organized way. If you want to see who else has joined the platform recently, then head back to the feed and check out the new members here on the right-hand side. And of course, you can also keep connected through our social media feeds. As for those of you who are always on the go, you can also access all of these features through our convenient mobile RU Connect app. So, power up your career with the RU network. Join RU Connect today.
Thank you very much. You miss anything about that? Please drop us an email. You want a link of that? Please drop us an email. You have got any difficulty with that? Drop us an email The email address is very easy to remember, alumni@rhodesuniversity.ac for academia, .ac.za. So it's alumni@rhodes.ru.ac.za. Final announcements. We are launching in this quarter an online merchandising store. So look out for your favorite merchandise that will help you relive those memories that you treasure so much about your alma mater. In this quarter, we hope we will have it operational online with full transactions being able to be carried out online. And finally, we are looking for volunteers to help us formalize our chapters all over the world. We've got only 2 formal structures, which is the UK and the US trusts that are operating very well. But we're looking at ensuring that we've got chapters that are led by active people involved and keeping in touch and connected to Rhodes University. For this, we are looking for volunteers. If you think you could serve in any of these structures, irrespective of where you are located, please drop us your name and contacts at the same address, which is alumni@ru.ac.za. This is a very proud moment to thank you for making time for your alma mater, for listening to the presentation, to get to grips with where your university is at and where your university is going. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you very much. The meeting is now adjourned.